Good morning, good afternoon. What's up, Emily? What's going on? All right, so check this out. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Gator music. Emily Singer. Yo, Nachka, what up? I'm waving. Hi, Sarah. What's going on? Marvin, what up, dude? It's going good, man. Yo, Pedro, what up? Big Melancholy, what up? I'm just trying to wake up, man, to be honest with you. Like, I'm in that morning state where I'm like 2 coffees in and trying to figure out how to speak fluently, but I'm glad that we're doing this. So, does anybody want to jump up here with me and just talk about shit? Because I don't really have an agenda. I just thought it'd be nice to come on here and do something. Who wants to jump up and ask some questions, or we could talk about something, or you could tell me some big secret about the industry? Oh, there's Noah Lifsky. What up, Liv? I'm waving. Waking up is hard. This is right. I would if I wasn't at work. Right on. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Sammy? All right, so let me just tell you the state of the music industry. Everyone is absolutely fucked. No, I'm just kidding. The state of the music industry is actually pretty dope right now because we're taking the power back, which is kind of exciting. I know there's a lot of people. Hey, what's up there? There's a lot of people that are kind of down on this NFT thing. Oh, it's bad for the environment and all that. That's all getting worked out, and the environment is environmental impact, which is a concern. Was a concern, is starting to be not a concern at all. And I'll tell you why. But I'll tell you why later because it's boring. But the most important thing to know is that, hey, what's up? See you, Walsey. What is it? Walsey beneath. Basically, this is an opportunity now in the industry to take the power back, right? Up until this point, we were having to work through middlemen, right? Obviously, SmashHaus is trying to change that as well. But for everything like selling concert tickets, Live Nation totally locked the whole thing down. Being able to do things like funding your own record is a lot easier now because you have community. What up, Janet? You have community. What up, John? John's an amazing artist right there. Painter, by the way. I have to, when we're talking to musicians, painter, artist, check John out. We have the opportunity to get into a time in musical history where content will have more value than it ever has. And I'll tell you how. As everything goes to the blockchain, we'll have full transparency for every single use. So all you people out there that have published music, they do this little consensus. Okay, well, you aired on this TV show during this month for like 5 times. So you must have aired 5 times for the rest of the year. Total bullshit. So what they're going to do is they're going to change the model so that when you air, because everything's digital, everything's going streaming, all these traditional TV stations are really turned into a very small part of the market. You're going to be able to, what up, Conrad? You're going to be able to get your money. So the good news for us is right now we're getting nothing. Like Spotify, as much as everyone loves Spotify, fuck Spotify. And I'll tell you why. Spotify takes all your money. Spotify's in bed with all the major labels. God love them. I don't mean to be rude to Spotify or whatever. But their model is old, right? Because their model basically takes your music, takes 80% of the revenue, it's like 98% of the revenue. They kick the rest of the revenue back to those major labels so that the major labels can have their music on there. 90% of the playlists that y'all are trying to get on are owned by major labels. Good luck. You wonder, why can't I get on the playlist? Owned by major labels. So the problem with that is, what up, everybody? What up there, Ben? What up, dude? What up, Jaw Drum? I'm a drummer too. Gee, I got my old kit right there. Yeah, baby. Anyway, to make a long story short, there is not going to be a need for Spotify's and these sort of, there's always going to be a need for recognizing the best content and being able to find it. But as we move to this Web3 model, what's going to happen is music is going to be a single instance, be able to be accessed by all of these apps. So people are going to come to you, and I'll make that short. Right now, you put your music on Spotify, you distribute it through these different channels. It goes out to all of these middlemen that go to middlemen that go to middlemen. At the end of the day, you get like 2 cents. when you're on the blockchain, there's going to be companies that can pull from that repository and serve up your music. It can happen like automatic. Hey, what's up, Grace? What's up, Jason? You can basically, they pull from your content, they can make a direct license with you. Not a direct license, but they can license directly with you and then serve up your stuff. So if it's going to go out on Riot Games or Epic Games or EA, they can just pull from the database. They don't have to go through a middleman. They'll be able to pull for the radio. They'll be able to pull. And so you distribute your music on the blockchain, and then your job is to get it in front of people and to make sure that it's showing up in these recognition engines, but you don't have to work necessarily through a Spotify. Okay. I don't know why I just went on that tirade. Who wants to come up here? I see Noah's there. If Noah wants to come up, we could talk a little bit. Blackbird Jeans, what up, dude? I can't wait to see you guys next week at Future Shape. By the way, Future Shape, I'm doing this next week with 360 leaders in NFTs, crypto, Web3, and entertainment. I'll be up there with Deadmau5, Don Diablo, Gigamesh, Blackbird Jeans will be there. Bunch of incredible people. Meta Noise is putting it on. So there are still tickets left if somebody wants to go. I know they ain't cheap. They used to be 5 ETH, but I think that there's some discounts that can come through special people. If you talk to them, they can maybe get you a discount. You know what I'm saying? But private show with Deadmau5, a bunch of other cool stuff. Okay, before I pass out. All right, who wants to, hey, what up, Zeddy? What up? So, yeah, we got some big things happening in Africa. We got Zeddy in here. Zeddy does Shaka Zulu hoodies, a bunch of other stuff. You might have seen Jay-Z wearing them, a bunch of people wearing them. So Zeddy's a hell of a good designer, and we're doing some different stuff over with in the boxing community over in with Zimbabwe and South Africa. They're with Richard Branson. They're building boxing studios to help kids in these very tough neighborhoods to find their identities and box early and sort of get out of that gang cycle lifestyle. So a bunch of cool stuff happening there. Okay, so yo, Pedro, what up? You don't sound sleepy at all. I know I had a little bit of coffee, but I think I had too much, so now I'm talking too much. All right, so anybody got any questions or anything you want me to just sound off? I mean, the beautiful thing, like, look, the cool thing about the place where I sit in this business is I get to talk to people every day, all the time, on every level, from, people that run 700 million eyes in India to people that are operating down in Africa, in the Nordics, in the US, big companies running music, celebrity artists. So I've learned so much. So just ask me anything and maybe I can sound off on some of this stuff. All right. So, hey, Liff, you there, man? We still putting your pants on? I see Noah Lifshay's there. Noah Lifshay's one of my best friends. He's one of the top composers in Hollywood that is, one of those composers that's done all this stuff that you've heard from Oscars to So You Think You Can Dance, branded a bunch of TV networks. He's also really doing a bunch of amazing film compositions and stuff now. Anyway, I just want to talk to him about his experiences and stuff too, if he's got his pants on. If not, yo, call me when you get your pants on, because it ain't that kind of party. Okay. Don Diablo. Yes. Don Diablo is a Spaniard DJ. He's going to be ripping at Future Shape. If anybody, the Liff is here, ask to join, bro, and then I'll double it up. But yeah, if anybody comes to that, it's a very small event, very personal. Syndicate will be in the house. If you don't know what the Syndicate is with a 3, look it up. This is a Syndicate endorsed event, and we're going to be tearing it up with all the superstars. We got like Brittany Kaiser coming, who blew the lid off Facebook. We've got an astronaut who's amazing, who's doing all these crazy NFT drops that will blow your mind, like those NASA photos blew your mind last week. Okay, wait, I got a question. Do you have any suggestions for how to get contacts paid with writing orchestral cinematic film media? Yes, okay. That world is a very interesting world, the orchestral cinematic film media music. Very few productions actually do live recordings of orchestras because it's very expensive, right? You still have the Simpsons, you've got the Star Treks of the world that still do that. If there even is any Star Treks in production right now. Lost and shows like that still did it. But very few people do that. So it's a very insular world, and the top of the top because it's sexy that come out of the orchestral and the philharmonic and everything go and try to get into those things. However, there is a dark under community of non-union, which is mostly union people that slide through the back door, that go and do all of these other things. And the way to access them is there's a couple talent bookers that do that. As far as the orchestration side, you got to get in line with John Debney and Hans Zimmer and everybody else, because those gigs typically go to them. But there is a way to dip into that, and if you DM me, I can hip you to some of those things. Hey, Ugly Boy Beats, thank you for all you do, man. Appreciate it. I really do. We're all just trying to make this shit work together, right? Okay. How many songs did you put in your library before you received your first sync? Well, I received my first sync not even knowing what sync was, and then when I received it, I went, ooh, I'm going to jump into this, but I got a sync on a movie called The Bulletproof Monk. It's a Chow Yun-Fat movie. And that was through Mary Ramos back in the day. Mary's a friend, and she does all the Quentin Tarantino's films. She's one of the coolest music soups out there. That was 27 years ago, 25 years ago. And then I just started building from there. I started doing TV shows and then throwing stuff into, hey, Eddie, what up? That's Eddie from Capitol Records right there. You guys got to be friends with Eddie. He'll make you rich and famous. What's up, Joust? That's my dude over in Norway. All right, Liff, I got to go. I'm going to try to find your, by the way, Joust is a dope producer. You should connect with him. Okay, where are you, Noah? How do I add you into this thing? There you are. Okay, he's coming up. Liff Shay. Honestly, this dude Noah is like one of the neatest, most creative people that I know. He's like a true friend, and he's sideways. He's always been sideways. He operates sideways. It's just how he does it. However, if you've known how many times I've heard this man say asparagus and persimmons for no apparent reason at all, you'd understand why his camera was sideways right now.
Oh, let me fix that.
Dude, you're going sideways on me. What up, Eddie? What's up, buddy? How's Texas? Chilling like a mega villain. Okay. Noah Lifshade, the man, the legend. All right, so Noah has done a million and one things. One of the coolest things that we did together was the Root Sports theme. Remember that?
Yeah,
yeah. It was cool because we're branding this network that has all the different sports from MLS to NFL to NBA to everything else. And we wanted it to sound different. So we decided to make it all stadium sound. So we filled a Foley room full of benches, baseball bats. I know that's not wholly original, but ours was dope. And we were slamming and stomping on the benches. Noah playing the guitar. I think I was having to do that because we needed forearms. You were playing the guitar with the drumstick, and I was going. If you ever listen to it, it's almost like a sitar thing, backwards and upside down. We did that. We did America's Best Dance Crew. If y'all seen that, that voice. Go, 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 go. That was me. And Liff mastermind did all of that music. Anyway, Liff, what up, dude?
How you doing, man?
Oh, well, I'm fine. I'm okay.
I have a banana. Just so you know.
To be honest with you, man, like, I'm fine, but I'm not fine. Life is good, and I can't complain about a lot, and then there's a lot to complain about. It's kind of a fucked up time to be alive. There's a lot of people still suffering. There's a lot of, you're seeing it in the streets with violence and with politics and everything else. We're not talking about that, but I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I think that's just life, man. It's always, it's never all one thing.
Yeah, and it's also that much harder when, you've had friends that died the last 3 years because of COVID that didn't need to die. You got my entire tech team is in the Ukraine right now that don't need to be fighting and running across the border. These are tech people, so I'm just really thankful to be able to just be sitting here like nothing's wrong, and having my coffee. But not to bum anybody out, but we can all do this shit together, because the whole point is, we're the creators, we're the artists, we're the people that inspire this. In fact, Trey Wright, the song he did for a production music catalog was the theme for Ukraine on the front lines that they were playing on the radio while they were going into battle defending their country. And it was Trey, get up, fight back, and all this. It was dope. It was so cool. And music affects everybody, man. It's the thread that affects everybody. So Noah, I think we should talk about a lot of stuff. This is a good point. You've had awesome, amazing success. You know, hundreds of credits, you've multiple theme songs, you're Grammy nominated, you've won a Mark Award, you won a couple HMMAs, I think at this point. But the industry is obviously always evolving, and what you want to be doing is hard to get into, right? You want to be doing more film work, and you should be doing more film work. What are you struggling with? What are you struggling with on the client side, like getting clients? What's the hardest part for you? And it's as accomplished as you are, it's still hard, right?
Yeah. I think part of the problem is it's a good thing and it's also a challenge. So the fact that the entire world can access anybody now, which is great. Like that means a composer like in Poland can possibly get a big Hollywood film, you know, which is awesome. At the same time, the counterpoint to that is there's way more competition than ever, like by a huge amount.
Yeah.
So what I've been noticing that like when I approach a director about a film, often they've already had like huge amounts of people come to them. So the way around that for me is to find like innovative ways to find projects that are happening. And
you've been doing good with that, though. I mean, has anybody seen Noah's? Plug those videos that you do. They're freaking awesome.
Oh, the modular stuff?
Well, yeah, no, but you're scoring these like old 1900s first film things. This is shit.
Yeah.
What's
I've
up,
been doing
Roberto? Sorry, that's my dude, Roberto. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's actually something too that I hear from directors also, is that they get a lot of music, but most of it is kind of generic or copycat stuff, because look, we all have the same plugins, we all have the same samples, everyone's got the same shit.
Yeah.
So like you got to make an impression by being different and unusual, and I hear that a lot. That it's like, yeah, I hear the same thing from a lot of people, like, oh, there's that sound from whatever Contact Library and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that to me is an important thing, and sometimes it can take a while to find your voice, and you know, that's I think composing is like a long game. It's not like immediate payoff.
Yeah.
Film composing.
You know, the thing is, you're literally stepping into the age that most composers first get hired, right? 22. No.
Yeah. 25.
Like,
yeah.
Most composers, gray-haired fellers that have been doing it since they did the Philharmonic all the way up through the blah, 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 right? The world has changed now. The thing about Noah that I really have always liked, and why we've partnered on the majority of the biggest work I've ever done, is that he thinks about things in that way. He doesn't want to do something typical. He wants to really push the envelope and do cool stuff, and that's been my MO. Like, oh, that's cool. How can we do that upside down, backwards, and reversed, and use this instead of that to make music, you know? But to your point, by the way, I just got to say hi to Roberto Ingram right there. That's my dude. So he was one of the big influences on me, because when I first got to Hollywood, he was tearing up Hollywood, DJ Roberto, right? And you were doing these big events called Blowfly and all this stuff, and he was just slaying it. That's my dude over in Germany. What up, buddy? Okay. So, you know, the problem, I think, with anything is there are way more people, there's way more supply than demand. And so what do you do with that? And I want to challenge all of the songwriters on here that think they have to write a song that sounds like Dua Lipa, or think they have to write it. Nobody's paying attention to that shit. They won't even listen. They really won't. You talk to the A&Rs, they're like, yeah, I've heard 856 songs that sound like this, or that sound like The Weeknd, or the Weeknd already did it. Dua Lipa already did it. You see that T-Pain thing is like, why you motherfuckers, you already did it. He's right. Look at the T-Pain rant. It's freaking hilarious. I was dying. Yeah. You have to innovate to stand out. You think it's a deficit against you. It's not. I deal with a lot of musicians on a constant basis with SoundCloud radio and everything else I'm doing. And you know what? All of it sounds very similar. Some of it stands out. And when it stands out, I'm like, awesome. I put it on my playlist. I bucket
That's
it
what
over
it is.
here
Exactly.
because
That's
it's
it.
rare. And
I mean, you look at the big artists who like broke through like anybody, Billie Eilish, like her shit was different. Like it was completely different, and she spoke to everybody more than any of the copycats of like Dua Lipa, whatever. She stood out for that reason because it was honest and it was her voice. So she wasn't trying to cop anything, you know.
and let me tell you something. I just spoke to Edith over at SoundCloud, who's now running their sync and everything over there. Awesome person. She used to manage Big Sean, all these different great artists. She had signed Billie Eilish when she was 12. Nobody would pick her up. Nobody. And they went through the whole thing and they finally dropped her. Next people that picked her up. Right? So even for Billie Eilish, she didn't break till she was what, 17, 18?
Right.
Right? So it's never as easy as you think. Okay, wait, I got a quick question here. I'm gonna define commercial music. Okay. Hi, Lotus. What's the Lotus Noir? Let's go. What do you define as commercial music? Well, that's a loaded question. Commercial music is music that I define in a different way than what it actually means. It actually means music that is commercialized, meaning it's making money or it's a business, right? I define commercial music, like most people, as pop music, music that is maybe not the most incredibly progressive, but reaches the most amount of people. Right? Pop music is often dumbed down a little bit to reach the most amount of people. I'm sorry, but the world is split between very smart people and everyone else. And I hate to say that. And I don't mean smart. I just mean the experience isn't always smart, right? You're not always trying to listen to music to be analytical and think, oh my God, those are great musicians. Sometimes you just want to drink and have some. Most people just want to drink and have the, right? So commercial music appeals to those use cases. Did that answer your question? Starving artist. You know what? I love the fact that you just went there and got the handle starving artist. You do your thing, man.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Like
Joust is asking a question, but what do we do with the innovative stuff we make? Nobody picked that up either. No, the problem is, and we all struggle, we all suffer from this, right? I'm on SoundCloud Radio. My social media is very small. I got 250,000 people listening to that, so my social media is minuscule. You have to be a freaking marketing agent. And it sucks, right? You have to be, and this is something that Noah and I've talked about forever, is I'm a little bit more progressive on the marketing side than Noah, right? But Noah's like 100 times more talented than me in music. I'm a creative, I'm like a Rick Rubin creative director guy. He's a guy who actually makes this shit amazing. So the problem is he should have 50,000 people on his social media, right? But you have to be a savvy marketing agent. And let's be clear about why people consume this stuff. They consume it, one, because they learn something, which is kind of, I'm sort of the super connector, and then I can tell you what I've learned through my travels guy. Then there's the people that entertain you and make you feel like it's funny or something. And those are the, the Jake Pauls or whoever these people are following, Then there's the people that you wish you could be or hate them because you're not going to ever be them, like Kim Kardashian.
I want to be her, and I hate her because I will never be her.
Your ass is getting about in that zone though, because I have, not that I've been looking at your ass, Noah, but
I've
but if I did. Oh my God! All right, so Joust, what do you do with the innovative stuff? Get your marketing game on, dude. Get your people game on. Show up like you just did today.
I would also add to that, like one thing that I've both struggled with and enjoyed during my career so far is sometimes you do have to do the copycat stuff to bring money in if you wanna keep like making a living doing it. And then that gives you time to, as Dylan was saying, like market and push your original stuff more. But sometimes there has to be a balance because the fact is that a lot of the paying gigs, as far as scoring and as far as like even syncs and stuff like that, is it can be copycat stuff because they'll take whatever's popular and then just want to put a bunch of that out there.
Yeah.
At the same time, innovative stuff will also often push through with that. I'm just saying, like maybe maintain a balance of the two if you want to make a living from doing it.
I can give you 2 use cases. I manage 2 artists. I have a diversification strategy that I actually work with large companies on. Large companies hire me to figure their diversification strategy. What do we do with all this content and talent, right? Of those 2 artists, one of them followed my diversification schedule, right? And that was, you need to do beats for this so they get cut on those records. Do 4 production records a year with production music, BMG, Universal, APM, Killer Tracks, whatever. And do it under your name and only do stuff that you would be proud of, right? Because that builds everything. And then I said, only work on 1 or 2 development projects and all of the rest of them work on you and creating your brand so that people know when I need that, you're that person. Don't be a jack of all trades, right? The other person just wanted to do their artist project, didn't want to do production music. The difference in those 2 careers was that the one guy in 3 years had 500 plus syncs, multiple features on MTV, and had built a following and had built attention from the people he really wanted to be working with that paid him more because his street value went up. And he was making, almost 6 figures in publishing. Maybe not that much, but it was starting to come in, right? So by taking the bullet and doing the diversification and doing what seems like the dorky work, you actually built a career much faster than trying to compete with the big artists that already are penetrated the market and own it, right? So that's something that I learned. Noah's brilliant. What he's doing, he's putting out work that makes people feel some kind of way, and he's sending it directly to the directors that feel that kind of way. It's direct marketing, and it's brilliant. It's like, I'm going to show you what I could do with this scene that's really hard, and it's going to be applicable to the film that you want to hire me for. You just don't know you want to hire me for it yet. Right? Okay. I got to ask a couple questions. I'm going to rip through Ugly Boy Beats. What is easier to sync, a beat or a song? That's a relative question, but I would say a beat. I would say 5% of the songs with vocals licensed. The rest is background music and score stuff and so on and so forth. Unless you are a known artist. Most of the time when they have the money to pay for songs, they go, and I'm going to go and try to sync it from them. And then the supervisor might do a Hail Mary pass if they can't afford it and find you. Very low actionable licensing plan to just go for songs. So for all the producers and artists out there, when you do your music, stem it out. Make sure you have the stems, do an instrumental vocal lift. So you got vocals by itself, instrumental, send the vocals to get remixed 8 Ways to Sunday. Take those, create beat packs, and try to get them cut on other people's records. Diversify your shit. Okay, moving on. A beat most likely. There you go. You're welcome, Lotus. What's up, Paul Saint? Okay, I'm just going through these. Seems to be a struggle with it when innovative experimental doesn't fit their genres. Fuck their genres. Build your own tribe. Say what they want. I mean, here's the thing. Forget record labels, man. All they do basically is pour gas on something already working now. If you haven't built your own social media, haven't built your own following, you don't have your own 1,000 true fans because you're not working hard enough to get them, and you're not doing this 20% of the time that you're creating music, and you're not piggybacking on other successes to open for them or remix their stuff or get in the game, then you're not ever going to get the attention of a major label no matter how amazing you are. I'll give you an example. What are some of the greatest seminal artists of all time? The Beatles, Led Zeppelin. These people got rejected by every record label. Then they built a buzz, and then they got signed. This is nothing different now, right? So get your social media game on because it's very important. Okay, secondary account, fake adopted outcast, was spoken for. Okay. What's up, Lucas? Lucas is a big film star in Sweden now. Oh, hey, Lucas, what was the name of the show that you were in, dude? It was awesome. What's up, Coco? That's my dude right there. Okay. Hey, Noah, tell us how we were able to use a client of yours to break into the sync game in a bigger way. That it was actually a pretty smart approach to embed in Levels Audio and do all of that. Tell them what the methodology of that, because we cracked the code there back in 2008.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly. I mean, I went to college with the owner of Levels, so I was doing some stuff for him already, and then you came in, and you have to refresh my memory because I don't remember anything.
Okay, so basically, this is a post-production facility that all of the producers and editors were going through to mix their shows, right? And nobody thought that music was relevant because this happens at the end of the TV and film production cycle. And so what Noah and I decided is, look, we started SmashHaus. We started a stable of creators because Noah and I were working together, and I was passing shows to Noah, and we were doing 3 to 4 series a year, and we were over capacity and miserable. So we're like, how do we duplicate ourselves to do more of this scoring? And we thought, okay, let's create a little technology stack to make it efficient to get music in so that we can throw 60% of other people's music in and do more series so we could pick up more series and get sort of a market presence. Then by embedding in Levels as Levels Music Group, we were able to get American Idol, So You Think You Can Dance, Comedy Central Roast Series, all of that stuff like right away. And that terrible show Downfall, excuse my language. And yeah, that was right in the middle of a recession. They were pushing cars off of a building. Maybe I miscalculated, but it was a fun show. Anyway, we were able to bypass gatekeepers by embedding in post-production facilities and putting our music directly in the edit, and knowing the producers are like, well, why don't you guys do the theme song? You're down the hall, right? That worked. Try to think of those things. How do you bypass the gatekeepers and get directly? That's what I've built SmashHaus to do now, is let's just digitize what we did. Let's embed this in Sony and UFC and BMG, and they can curate that music directly like we were curating as a middleman at Levels, and remove ourselves as a middleman. They can pay for storage and Dropbox and that kind of thing. That's what we're doing with that. Okay,
yeah. I would also add to that, like a really important thing when you're reaching out to people, because these people, like, whether it's a post house, whether it's a director, a record label, they get probably hundreds, if not more, messages and emails a day from people. And in my experience, it's about building a relationship. So let's talk about like what I'm doing right now. I'm not going to write a director and say, hey, I want to score your movie. Yeah, I'm dope. They're not going to read that. You know what I mean? So like you have to build a relationship. You have to, and sometimes that takes a little time. Like it can feel frustrating, but you have to build that personal relationship, which is what happened with Levels. We had a personal relationship with the owner that we built over time. So like this stuff doesn't happen overnight. Like you really, to stand out, you can't just be, it doesn't work as well to shove your music in front of people's faces and say, I'm a badass. You know, well, maybe once in a while they can, but.
And that's why, and not to be plugging my company, but these are all issues I've struggled with and we've struggled with for years. And that's why I built SmashHaus, is because we still need the efficiency of a middleman, right? And those companies can't be deluged with too much stuff. They need to have a focus. So we help them quality filter it before they get it and that kind of thing. But they can add you to teams. So instead of going to lunch and all that other friction in this, they just want the music. They don't need to be your friend, right? They've got a job to do. They need the music. If you're the one providing music, they add you to a team. They send you jobs directly, right? So that's the iteration that is beginning to happen in the system. To solve that, how do I build clients piece? And then all the deals are direct between you and the client, and then you've got a business, right? I got a quick question I have to answer really quickly. Yes, Lotus, I'm not doing any song camps right now. I'm thinking about it. Yes, I did all the Nordic LA ones with all the foundations in the Nordics and pairing them with people in the US. Christian Reese, great guy. I'm not sure if he's still doing that, but I stepped out of Nordic LA about 7 months ago to focus entirely on SmashHaus and my other interview side of things. But if anybody wants to do a song camp, beat me up about it. Maybe I'll put it together. I like doing them. They're fun. Okay. Okay. Solo Music Publishing Center request to be on live video. Can you do 3 on these, or would that bump Noah off? Does anybody know? Somebody tell me. But I'll bring you up. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens, shall we? Noah, if we blast you off, tell people where they can find you on the social medias.
Okay.
Tell them.
What? Oh.
Oh, 3 is cool. Stay on, dude. Let me bring this person up and let's see what they. Hopefully, they won't be streaking the camera and talking in insanity. Actually, hopefully they will. That would be a lot of fun. I see you. All right. Well, when we hear your question, then we'll jump into it. Hey, Juliet Irons, what's up? Is there a secret formula on how to get people to find your music as an independent artist with no PR yet? Or how to find the right PR that's the way, if that's the way. All right, so PR is really expensive, and until you have a full business plan that can facilitate PR, in other words, you have goals, you've set a roadmap and a mission statement. I've never hired PR in my entire life. I just grinded it out. Now, maybe that's why I don't have as big of a social media following, but I would say you have to look at exposure catalysts. What are the venues where your tribe live that you need to get in front of? Facebook groups are good. Even indirect Facebook groups, like, hey, I'm into songwriting, right? Okay, boom. You might find people in there that will be fans of what you're doing, or collaborators. Build from within is the most important thing. Everybody thinks they can just throw out a Facebook, post and then you're going to get all these new fans. You're not. You have to go into the shows and make sure you structure your shows in a way where maybe you airdrop your Spotify login and you say, look, anybody who logs into this, I'm going to send you something. Or, you got to build from within. Ask your friends and family to tell their friends and family and your true fans to find 1 or 2 more for you because you need to get this thing up. And find your patrons and find those exposure points. That's my advice. And we can get more deep into that.
Well, also what you said about stuff that might be slightly outside your world, like I've gotten into modular synthesis recently, and like going on Instagram or TikTok and finding shit that I like from other people and saying, hey man, this is dope, and telling them why I like it. That's another great way to make connections and expand your world. But yeah, because you're just finding like-minded people, and like Dylan said, the more you expand, you never know where you're going to get that connection from. It might not be from the predictable source.
Exposure is not enough, right? I mean, like I said, I do SoundCloud radio. A lot of people listen, but that doesn't mean that I'm selling the messaging on SoundCloud radio. That's my personal messaging that they'll respond to, right? So those people are mostly coming to me to get them on the radio, which is fine, and I love doing that. But the people that are truly allies of mine are people that I've been in the trenches with, that I got to know, that I've supported, that I've helped, that I'm trying to help, that, you know what I mean, these sort of things that are also helping me. Like, we're all in this together. So it's that 1,000 true fans thing. If you can just build 100, 200, 500, 1,000, you could have a couple $100,000 a year business if you're smart about it. And there's a lot about this online that you can read up on. Another thing is, this whole NFT thing is really interesting. Not because of crypto. Quite honestly, crypto is a total up and down shit show at this point. But there is value in crypto. There is value in decentralized finance for sure. Let's get away from these big systems of abuse that we're tapped into on all fronts. But NFTs have utility. A lot of people don't understand that, right? Utility is, okay, Noah's going to do a big film score. Noah can issue an NFT that has collaborators doing multiple different forms of art that reach different forms of people, that create collectibles against that film, to work with that film producer to create a budget that he's really worthy of. In other words, Noah will pay $30,000 for the film. Noah's like, I really need $200,000 for this film. Let me do an NFT campaign. I'll sell against my work on this film, and we'll make if this is Star Wars, they're going to have the first NFTs for Star Wars, and in 10 years, that's going to be worth billions, right? So there's ways to use that and to build in utility. So just to put that into perspective, and I'm not starting to go on an NFT rant, but I've just been in that zone. NFTs, you can program anything from if you get this NFT, you get these discounts, you get this product, you get to go to my IRL events, in real life events. You can have an AMA with me like this, right? With somebody. You can also include them in whatever cash flow the business has, or use it as sort of a way to crowdfund, but you're giving back for the crowdfund instead of just trying to, like, I never liked these WeFunder and all the rest of it because it felt like you had your hand out. You know, like, grandma, give me $5. It's like, it's kind of demeaning. And NFTs, you can put in this value and really provide back to the people that are buying them, you know, and feel good about it. So, you know, we're dabbling with some stuff. If you're a SmashHauser, then you know that I've been sending out some things about, you know, what if we did this? What if we did that? And trying to find the sweet spot for music and content that actually benefits everybody. Right? That's the key. Anyway, okay, hey, Solo Music, are you going to say something or? Okay. Well, should we terminate your on-screen appearance? I don't even know how to do that. Guess you can just chill. The logo looks good. Oh, there you are. Say something then. Turn your mic on. Yeah, Patreon. I don't know a lot about Patreon. I don't think Patreon's a problem. Patreon is people that are your in the art world. They call that your Patreon, or your what do they call it? I guess your Patreon, right? They're the people that support your art, and so they just want to contribute. That's fine. That's awesome. I love that. You know, everybody should, and I put a little bit of dough into those because I support different things. You know, got to keep art
Patreon's
alive.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm actually scoring this anime series that's on YouTube, and has funded the guy behind it. He funded the entire thing through Patreon. So yeah,
1,000 true fans. If you have them, you can do anything. You just have to work to have them. You know what I mean? And it's not even fans. I hate that word fans. I find it demeaning. It's like you're putting these people down here. These people are your business. These are your partners, right? Oh, there's no fans. This is family. This is my family. Don't call your fans fans anymore. Call them family. Otherwise, you're just a dictator. And there's no dictator. There's a tribe. It's a community. That's my opinion. You could disagree with me on that. That's fine. But, okay. Where can I find a manager? Personally, I've had some victories. You've done this and that, and I've been on the Apple charts and need to really find expertise, the connections. All right. This is the big misconception in the business. Thank you, Juliet. You don't need a manager if there's nothing to manage, and that means income. If you don't have enough income, and most real managers won't even look at you until you're making $100,000 to $500,000 a year. Because think about it. If they're making 10% of 50 grand, how much is that a year? Would you work for that? I wouldn't work at McDonald's for that. Right? So, nothing against working at McDonald's, but I'm just saying, like, you can't expect to have a staff without a working business model. So you're your own staff until you can afford one. So don't have delusions. There are people that are basically Patreon managers, and by the way, I've been that before, supporting artists that did materialize it into big dough. But it's you can find people that will help you. The problem with that is they help you, and then once you get successful, they leave you. So you're kind of like, I was involved with Taylor Swift before she blew up. I was involved with it before she blew up, because then they just go to the other people that are all plugged in that are making the 10% of 40 million a year. It's the way a business works. Be your own manager. Run your own business. Go for 1,000 true fans. Don't try to be a rock star overnight. Build your business first. And once you have a built business, you write your own ticket and everybody wants to work with you, period. In any situation, in any business. I know it's easier said than done because it's the most competitive business in the world, but trust me, you have to build your own business. Right, Noah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just feels like swimming upstream in a diluted market. Hell yes, it does, Ben. You joined the most competitive business in the world. Welcome to the jungle. It is freaking nightmare. And by the way, don't care what level you're at, it's a nightmare for all of us. Right? And look at me and Noah, right? We've done a lot of stuff, and it's still like oh, I can't get 80% of my income I'm due over here. And, oh, this person didn't pay for a year and a half. And, it just goes on, guys. But,
I, I think I think that's a good point, Dylan. Like, my wife's a therapist, and she's been seeing huge levels of depression increase before even COVID, and I feel like a lot of it is because, at least with the social media world, people tend to make it look like you can just follow your dream and do it. And yes, you should follow your dream, but it takes fucking work. It's hard, and it's worth it.
yeah.
But it's just not this thing that you just okay and do it. Like it takes, you got to be willing to get in the trenches and be willing to sit with the down times and the up times, and it's worth it because you're an artist, and that's just what makes you want to live.
I want to say this very clearly because most people didn't even think about it. Why? Why are you doing this? Are you doing it to be famous? You're doing it because you want to teach those bastards back in high school that you were cooler than them? Are you doing this because you can't help but doing this? Like for me, there was never a option for me. I was going to do this, period. Everything I tried to do for 5 seconds in corporate, I either got fired or shuffled out because I came in and said, I can run your business better than you. This is bullshit. Yeah, it's not efficient here. They're like, who the hell are you? Get out, right? That's not how we do it. You burn for 10 years in corporate before you get to tell me that. I'm like, well, this ain't for me. So here's the thing. There's two things, and I know they're catchy and they're kind of self-helpy, but know your why. Sit down. Why am I doing this? Why? And if your family pops into your head or your best friend pops into your head first, you're doing it for them? What the fuck is that? If you're not doing it because you have no other choice to do it, you're not playing the infinite game, which means it doesn't matter how long until I make it or I'm successful. I am playing a short game. I've had people tell me if I don't make it, I'm out of here. Some people on this chat right here. If I don't make it in the next 6 months, I'm quitting. I said, well, you better fucking quit now because you're not playing the infinite game and you're never going to make it. If you're in the arts, you're in them for life. No matter what, and there's no stain on you working a day job or 3 jobs to fuel your life, right? You live to work or you work to live, or you work to live until you can live to work. But you have to know your why. Why are you doing this? That's the biggest thing I can tell you. Okay, Juliet, how do you build your own business though? That's what I have no idea how to do. Honestly, every single day we're figuring it out. JC and I sit and rack our brains. Okay, what can we do better? How can we do this? How can we build business here? How can we support our people more here? It's an everyday thing all the time. What I can say is do the work to follow the money. Everybody thinks that all the money's in sync. It is. There's also billions of pieces of music now available to sync. So diversify. NFTs, sync, live performance. Do anything you possibly can to get your name out there and work. I have this diversification strategy I'm working on. At some point, I'll release it. It's one that I've been honing in on with these big corporate clients all over the world. Not all over the world, but there's 4 or 5 of them in different countries that are seeking to break into Hollywood, diversify content, so on and so forth. But all of those thoughts and strategies are applicable. Some of which I've deployed with friends. Noah deploys a very similar tactic, does very well with it. It's about follow the money, know your why, and know your market position. If I asked most of you on here, you'd be like, yeah, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I'm like, no, because I got a billion people that could do whatever I want them to do. But when I think of this, I want to think of you. And that's how you get more syncs, and that's how you become a brand. And if you're a brand, people will pay for you. You're a commodity. If you can't become a brand, you can't become a commodity. That's my whole thing. Anyway, I hope that helps. But Juliet, as far as practical, advice, do step A, B, C, and D. We can talk about that later. And I think content diversification. Think of all the avenues your content can go. If you're an artist, try not to focus on you as a singer and getting famous. Focus on, I've got content. I've got beats that could be beat packs. I've got songs that could be instrumentals other people cut. And then maybe where they cut it and go, can you just leave my hook on there? And boom, all of a sudden you're on a Rihanna or a Lesso song or something great. exposure points. Think creatively. If you have a lead, send it to 18 EDM producers and go, here, you want to cut this lead? Do whatever you can. Get it out there. And stop being so damn finicky. You're not as important as you think until you're as important as you think. You have to build market value. Anyway.
Until
yeah, he probably has no idea he's on stream. Hey, no, how do we get this? There's the other person sitting there.
I don't know. Like they should be. They were on before at the beginning, but
yeah. But I think maybe they need to either come on or drop off. If you can hear me, can you just drop off? Because I'd love to bring other people up to ask some questions.
They also need to wear a cool hat. I got to give Dylan credit for my whole hat thing because he like early on when we were friends, he's like, dude, you should be wearing hats. I was just wearing like baseball caps, which is fine. But he got me on the cool hat tip, and you got to find the right hat style for you.
Yeah. Hey, what up, K Fresh? All right. Anybody else have any questions? I know I'm monologuing a lot up here, but this is kind of fun because you don't ever really get to just go right straight to the dirt. There was a couple questions about SmashHaus stuff in here, like how do you know that you're doing good in SmashHaus? So in SmashHaus, basically companies post jobs, you submit your music, we help quality filter it, they help quality filter it, add it to playlists, share it within their thing. So if you're seeing plays and you're seeing it added to playlists, and if you're getting, more importantly, added to their teams, that's how you know that you're getting noticed. But the thing about the system, and there's no other way for us to build it, honestly, is that those companies have to request to be directly connected to you. Otherwise, they just can't deal with too many people sending Dropbox, oh, let me take you to lunch and all that, right? Just the facts. That's what you need. So if you're getting plays and you're getting traction on SmashHaus, cool. One thing I want you all to know too is we're on behalf of some of these large pipelines, like the fitness pipeline and Studio City and Sony. We're building large catalogs for them. So we're actually curating large chunks and then delivering it to them that will go out to their shows. So we're in the process of stacking those tracks. That's why it's kind of a slow burn with very little communication. We're going to get better at that, but we're a little overworked and underpaid right now because a lot of you free members need to stand up and help us out and upgrade, for God's sakes. I'm burning the family jewels on this thing. What?
I see a question from Animaltronics. Is that who I think it is? Is that the Animaltronics that I know?
Well, it better be a good fucking question. That's all I got to say.
It was way back, but I don't actually see what the question is anymore.
Okay. Animaltronics, how do I stay? Okay, hold on, quick second. Ben Larkin, yes, we're going to have networking on SmashHaus. We're going to allow people to collaborate. In fact, not just musicians. We've got some of the top NFT artists in the space that are doing sellout drops every time. We're going to have like a collaboration thing. We just haven't built it yet because we need more money. Just kidding. All right, how do you stay inspired? This is a good one for Noah. Noah, how do you stay inspired? I know you struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's freaking hard because speaking for myself anyway, I'm the same as Animaltronics. Like I hate marketing. I don't like. It's like a struggle for me to post stuff on Instagram. It's fun, I find a fun way to do it, but yeah, it takes time, and I honestly don't know like what the answer is to that. It just aside from something that's helped me is to put like a certain time aside every day. All right, I'm going to spend an hour, even start smaller. Like I'm going to spend an hour at this time every day doing marketing. And then you still have enough time to do the stuff that's actually soul satisfying, which is presumably music.
And I would say something funny happened while I was talking to Noah the other day. This ping went off every 5 minutes. Ping! And I'm like, Noah, do you not hear that? He's like, yeah, I set that to remind myself to be mindful,
Yeah.
which I thought was amazing, which it's true. We're all running 800 miles a minute. We all have our struggles. We all got bills to pay. We all got drama. We all got health problems in the family. We've got people that we might have COVID right now. My wife had COVID last week, right? You have to take a breath and go, what really matters is right in front of us. Not what happened to you, what didn't happen to you. Why didn't I get that one? Right now, you're one step away from a yes. You're one step away from doing something that could absolutely change your life for the better. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be meeting somebody at the cafe who turns out to be awesome, who has a great film. Before you know it, you're on this film. Film gets a fucking Oscar, and wow, it's one step away. The thing you can't do is allow yourself to get defeated in the process. If you're playing an infinite game, if you're playing for life, there is no time frame. I don't care if you're 20 or you're 55, 60, 70 years old. There is no time frame. You just have to get better at what you're doing. Got to put in the work. And if you do that, you won't be as stressed and you won't get so bummed out. And if you have a couple shitty days, go to the beach, get some exercise. I go surfing. When I surf, I come back and I'm like, yes, let's go again. You know, that's it. Okay. How do I get you to spin my record on SoundCloud Radio? Send it to me. Send it to SmashHaus /SoundCloud Radio, and I'll check it out. And the SoundCloud team, you should know the SoundCloud team has to approve it, though. But we do have other radio outlets. We've got Dash Discovered, powered by SmashHaus, and we've been spinning 150 new artists a month on there. So go on the job board, find that, hit jobs at SmashHaus, and hit Sammy. Don't send her links. That's why we built the tech. But we'll try to get you on there, okay? Talking to a stranger. Animatronics, yes, it is. Noah, that's your friend?
Yes.
Dope.
He's a badass.
You want to bring him up? You want to jump on Animatronics? All right. Okay, Fresh, are you going to keep the live available to view later? I don't think so. And the reason being is that I talked about stuff that maybe I shouldn't have. But I just want to be real with everybody, you know. The problem with this is that I also have to be mindful of, people that entrust me to do these hosting events and things, and I don't want to be like blasting everybody. Or do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't give a shit. Maybe I will post it. We'll see. I'll listen to it back and see how much damage I did today. Okay. Upgrade. Oh, thank you, Lotus. Bless your heart. Nikolai, what up, dude? So my dude Nikolai's got how many hits now, Nikolai? About 50, 60. He's got hits with Bad Bunny, and Lucas Graham, and so on and so forth. Nikolai, if you want to jump up, dude, jump on here, man. I'm going to pull this other person up first, and then we're going to pull you up, okay? If you want to. All right. Going live with Animatronics. And here we go. This is kind of fun, man. It's all interactive and shit. What's up?
How's it going? I was just getting in the car to go down the river. Right when you said that, go surfing, go to the beach.
Do you live down by the river?
Yeah, exactly.
In my trailer down by the river?
Not yet. I don't have the trailer part yet. So I just got the car.
Yeah, that's cool. Where are you surfing?
No, I live up in Northern California, so I'm up near like Lake Tahoe.
Oh, cool, man.
I'm going to the American. Yeah, I'm going over to the American River right now just to have a little morning chill out, have a little coffee, try to get a little amped up for the day. Mindfulness,
man. That's what it's all. You got to find your you space and make it real. So tell everybody what you're working on and why you were proclaimed a badass by Mr. Noah Lifshay, which is a hell of a thing for him to say about somebody.
Well, Noah's a badass. I've known Noah since like 90 something, 90 something. But
yeah,
back when you were born, yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, I've put down music for a while. I've been trying to get back out. What I'm trying to do now is get in front of a live audience, because I realized that's what was, as people always say, like, oh, well, if you're not doing it for yourself, you got to make music and just do it for yourself, and you can't worry about what people think. And I feel like I got to a point where, like, that wasn't doing it for me. I missed the interaction of the other people, and I missed that live energy. So I'm trying to get in front of the audience, see if I can kickstart some of my inspiration, because I get sometimes I sit in front of the computer and I just stare at Pro Tools or Ableton or whatever. I'm just like, I just can't do it anymore. Right. I just sit. By the time I get set up, the mic's set up and everything or whatever, if I find that sound on the keyboard, I don't even remember what I was like. So I have real trouble with inspiration. I have real trouble with finding why I'm doing it. So I'm trying to figure that out. Like, why am I doing this?
You know, a lot of people do. I think all of us do at one level or another. There's some that are more, you know, feel that less. But I think that you could channel that energy. Honestly, like, there are no good artists I know that don't struggle. Like, without struggle, what do we have, man? I mean, I rolled into LA living in the back of my truck and sleeping on the beach. I did. I had $400 in my wallet. I had nothing. And you just build that. It took me years and years and years and years before I even made a dime in music. I used to work in the art department, you know, painting walls and pushing couches around TV sets and shit till I got a break. And my wife is the one who gave me the break. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, it's hard. Like, it's hard to get motivated, and it's hard to do all this stuff. And I know a lot of people, I mean, most artists struggle with this marketing piece, and I get it. It does suck. I mean, I deal with it every day, and thankfully I've got people that can help me with it. My staff and my interns are wonderful, and they work so hard to help make me look like I have something worth talking about. But to do it by yourself is a fucking nightmare. I'm sorry. It just basically, it kind of is.
Yeah.
But you're right. Make it fun. Somebody said make it fun in here, which is
make it fun. Yeah.
It's a skill too.
Nope.
And I think well, speaking for myself, I might be a little bit older than some people, maybe not. But like, I sort of came into music kind of before right before the whole social media thing happened. So for me, and maybe you guys can relate, it's still like it doesn't feel like a natural thing that I would really want to do.
Yeah.
But I think the having fun thing is actually is really good advice. Like, finding a way to put yourself out there that you actually enjoy doing, and maybe not obsessing over it constantly, but you know.
Yeah.
Here's my biggest advice on that front, and I think that everyone should really try to hear this. You can't do any of this alone. You can't. There's no fun sitting in your room all by yourself thinking, what if, where's it going to go? Does anybody going to care? Nobody's going to fucking care. If you're sitting there by yourself, you're not got there's people next to you going, this is fucking hot. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Bring people into your life. Do it together, man. It's more fun to have a success with someone else. Forget about the money. Think about the joy of the experience, you know?
Yeah, that's where I've been trying to collaborate with just anybody. Like, I just don't care that much. I mean, it's not precious to me anymore. So I'd rather have fun. And I've always noticed the things that I have fun are usually the ones that go the furthest. You know, when I'm just not thinking about what's going to happen or you know, just doing it for fun. That's what's kind of got me back to getting in front of a live audience. It's old school promotion, but like, I do find that stuff starts to snowball. Like, the collaborators show up. You know, you get offered other gigs. Then it's like a, you know, it's a way to have fun and also do a little bit of networking at the same time, because you're in front of people and you're meeting people and stuff like that. So
yeah, and honestly, if you're not ready to perform, do a listening party and invite 50 people and just, you know, feel like your music's reaching people in front of you and see their faces and see what's up, right? The other thing is, like, for someone like you, this whole collaboration piece, you know, there's all these like artists, graphic artists, NFT artists that are hitting this heyday, this sort of like renaissance of digital art being able to be monetized in public. Find those people and say, I want to do the music for that, and I want to be there. I'll be in the corner and I'll work my thing, you know, with you. Whether, you know, if you're a producer, that's a dreamy gig. You know, I mean, this thing we're doing at Future Shape 360, we've got Deadmau5, we've got Don Diablo, we got all these great creators, visual creators, collaborating basically live with all these NFT artists that are dope. And it's all sort of immersive and happening. And those are like, you know, the art and culture world are ripe for musician collaborations. You know, find that, and especially in the live format, you know, Red Cat Theater in LA, find every digital person doing some sort of visual dance screens thing and go, I want to do the music on the next one. Anyway, quick, go ahead.
Pop off and let someone else get on here, but
share your info so people can find you and maybe collaborate with you on something.
All right. Well, animaltronics.com. So it's animaltronics.com is a good way. There's a link there to my Sound Better page. So that's an easy way to get a hold of me for
You don't
collaborating.
have a SmashHaus page?
I should. Well, see, I didn't. I woke up this morning. I was gonna get my coffee, and then I saw Noah's going live
Dude,
on.
we don't have a
Internet.
SmashHaus page anyway. Yeah, so,
I don't know. I'm curious about the SmashHaus thing though, because
no,
Yeah, check it out. It's cool.
All right, dude, great to meet you, man.
yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for your positive energy. It's good to get a reminder of like all the stuff you're saying about just it's a lifelong game. So just keep going.
Yep.
And,
We're all in this shit together too, man, and we got to realize that and all help each other.
Yeah.
And everyone check out Animaltronics stuff, because I've done stuff with him on and off for like many years, and he's a true badass. He's one of my favorite singers.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I might have sang on the thing that you said something about. So you think we can dance? So I don't know if you guys worked on that together, but I did sing on one of those. With Noah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember that. That's right.
Well, I'll try to figure out how to get off of here now. How do I do this? But
I don't know.
what I'll do is I'll quit, and then I'll just join back on as a listener. All right.
By the way, guys, I've been trying to wave at everybody, but it's not letting me for some reason. So I see you all there. I definitely see you. Nikolai, what's up? You doing dinner? You want to jump on, or no? You done? Are you over in Denmark? Where are you? What's up, Misha? Misha's a dope producer too. Our struggle is a part of our voices and ours. You're damn right. Has you ever heard music that was good that was from somebody that wasn't struggling? No. Usually they're just doing stuff inspired by people they listen to that really were struggling. Struggle is part of it. It helps. It's part of the story, for sure. Right?
That's what makes us artists, really.
It's a struggle for me to be around Noah all the time. So that's why my music sometimes. Just kidding. Yeah. So near far official for sure. Find a way to find a fun content, social media networking. Otherwise, you'll sit there groaning. Yeah, you got to. That's just for life. That's a lesson for life. Find a way to make anything fun, and also you can find people to fill in your weaknesses. You just got to work at it like anything else. Yeah.
That's a mistake that I made actually earlier on. Was like thinking I could do everything myself, and it's just as an artist, it's just not as it closes your world instead of opening it up, and that's something that I embraced a bit later on, and it's been it was a good thing.
Yeah. Just one quick shout to Nikolai. You guys could check him out. He's got Camp 86. So they're partnered with Lucas Graham's management company. They have a bunch of different producers and artists, good people to collaborate with. So hit Nikolai up, follow him on the Insta chat, the Undersnatch and the Undertwaddler, and then you guys can go make $1 million together. Okay, Nikolai, have fun, man. Good night in Denmark. Yo.
Your hair's getting long, Dylan.
It wasn't intentional. I'm kind of going for that NASCAR look. Hello, Rippy Bobby. You get out there, you got that fucking car. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just it's terrible. It's like this is my LA, and then this is my Seattle roots right here. So she said, anyway, fuck it. I'm gonna cut it before Future Shape, though. I'll have a Future Shape haircut.
That was a frighteningly accurate portrayal of Eddie Vedder.
I got a little story for you. Yeah, I went Shaq and the Eddie Vedder for a day. That'd be kind of fun. And he surfs. Cool dude. All right. Yes, fellow Danes. We've got Danes on here for sure. Paolo, what up, bro? That's Pick right there. That dude's got some cool shit going on. What up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? What up, Chance the Rapper? Sorry, that's the Chancellor. Official Vichy. What's up, dude? Okay, anybody else want to jump on here? And let's see, I got some more. Artists are going to have to market and promote their music more than making music. Well, yes and no. If you're not a great marketing person, maybe do stuff that taps into another marketing channel with great marketing people. That's one of the things about production music is if you get it with the right companies, they do all the marketing for you and get you up there. And then once you get a win, it's pretty easy to recycle that win on your social. Like, hey, I'm featured here, I'm featured there. All right, you're going to jump on. Are you clothed? Are you clothed? It's not that kind of. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump on. Here we go. Let's see what you got to talk about. Oh, I see we got Armin on here too. All right, so can we bring 4 people up?
I think you can do whatever you want to, Dylan. Just put your mind to it.
I'm crazy like that, bro. I'm crazy like that. All right, bringing you both up, dude. Let's have us a fireside chat. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
Chilling like a mega villain all up in this bitch right here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Also, I was going to make that comment, Dylan. I really like the NASCAR hair you got going on. I remember a couple months ago seeing this, like, you had the Fortnite rapper thing going on. Now you're upgrading to NASCAR. Next up we get what is it, the Indy 500 look?
That's right. Well, that's if I'm a winner, but I don't know if I'm a winner today, so we'll see. But yeah, man, it's funny. I did, just for people that might be listening, I did a rap for Fortnite lobby song. I didn't write it, so I had to rip it out, and it was pretty cool. It was fun. About the anyway, coming from a guy who did nothing but play Fortnite and Rocket League during the whole pandemic, drink himself into an oblivion, I was quite stoked. But yeah, thank you.
I think for me during the peak pandemic, it was actually Cyberpunk, because some members of the family and the household I was living in ended up getting COVID, so I ended up getting locked in my house for a month, and I was like, great, let me grind out this Cyberpunk game that barely functions.
Yeah, right. That's dope. So what are you working on these days, man? And what can we talk about?
Lately I've been actually kind of like branching out a little bit into like different subgenres. I primarily do electronic. I did mostly like progressive house stuff, but actually through SmashHaus, I got the opportunity to talk with Tesla Butler of Cobalt Publishing.
Cobalt, yeah, sweet. Yeah, Tesla's awesome.
She's actually really cool. And she actually kind of took a bit of time to like listen through some of the music that I submitted to her and stuff like that. And she pointed me in the direction of Anjuna Deep, which honestly is a label I had never heard of until she brought it up. Dope. But you know, that's the beauty of the music industry. You learn some new shit every day. So I took a look through a couple of the artists on there, and I was like, okay, this is definitely my people now. Definitely feels familiar. So I've been primarily just working on a lot more kind of like deep progressive house, you know, slowing down the tempo a bit, focusing on a more like kind of bass groove, melodic structure and stuff like that. It's been really cool. Because of that, I finally, you ever, in production, you ever like save like a MIDI file or whatever of like a melody or chord progression, and it ends up sitting collecting dust for like 4 years? I have, because I started probably a lot earlier than you did. I've got probably 12 feet cubed hard drives full of that shit. Yes, but but go ahead and finish your statement. I wanted to say a little tip about that because it's kind of cool. Yeah. So basically, I had like a chord progression / arpeggio and a couple of other things that was sitting collecting dust since probably 2019, I believe, when it said like file created was. And you know, slowing down the tempo, changing around the instruments and stuff like that, I actually pumped out something a lot better than I initially thought it was going to be, which really fucking cool. But yeah, just, you know, it's a nice little thing to kind of like, if you have like a good idea for chord progression or something like that, it's good if like you can just put it away somewhere safe, like save, because I primarily use FL Studio. They, instead of using like full MIDI files, something like that, they use what's called scores. You know, just keep a whole folder of scores. So, you know, if you have like a certain sound but don't know like a melody or something like that, it's okay to like go into that file and pull something out. Okay, so just a couple of tricks that Noah can attest to this. When you're working, don't waste your time, right? So if you're creating something, you're creating a song, save everything as MIDI, save it in a folder. Bounce your drums out separately. You can use those on another song later. Make sure that you keep your session files. Your session files are going to be corrupt and fucked up if you sit on them for 3 years because everything upgrades. You lose this plugin, that plugin. Bounce out your stems. With all that derivative works, you could throw in that MIDI thing that you like. You can invert it. Now you got a new song. So we do production music, and you know maybe some of the clients are on it too. But look, You could take one song and make 6 songs out of it if you got it pre-mixed and you got it MIDI.
Yeah.
How do you do a record so quick? I don't know. I'm just really talented. No, you got systems, man. Systems. All right. Who else we got on this call right here? What's up, dude?
Hey,
How
how's
are
it
you?
going?
I'm chilling.
good.
How are you?
Thank you guys for bringing it up here.
Yeah, no worries.
Really appreciate this morning energy. It's giving me some nice inspiration to start writing in a few hours.
Nice, man. So
Just like, sorry, what was your name, man? The other guy that was just brought up, I forgot.
it doesn't say the names on here, so I got all these stuff.
It's the Chancellor, but you could just call me Chance.
Chance, awesome, Chance. Yeah, I was just gonna piggyback off what you said. I also do electronic music, but I focus more on film scores, so I kind of implement my electronic house stuff that I do on the side into my film stuff as well. So that's kind of my main go-to sound.
So
It's again
guys,
about,
if you
systems and stuff like that.
systems, that's a good tip. Let's leave everybody with a little bit of insights on some tips. So what can you say is the biggest evolution and what the biggest opportunity for musicians coming in the next year? What are you seeing?
That is an excellent question. Honestly, like I feel like we're in a kind of freelance golden age with the pandemic and stuff like that. How a bunch of people just remotely around the world can send project files and MP3 files and all the shit and stuff like that. It's a nice little like sort of age where it feels like anyone with enough dedication and networking and stuff like that can make it big at any point. To go back to the question of like in the next year, I'm noticing that like in terms of like live performances and stuff like that, things are really starting to dial down heavily on like the COVID thing and stuff like that. It's definitely still a thing that's out there, but it's becoming a lot less prominent. So a lot more venues are going to start opening up to larger audiences and stuff like that, which means there's going to be bigger opportunities for people to, you know, get their name out there, get a couple of live performances under their belt. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely becoming a lot easier to get known through social media. You don't have to take like the 50,000 steps that probably Dylan and
No worries.
I'm sorry about
No,
that.
they don't put the names on here like in Zoom. You can't cheat and be like,
Yeah.
no.
Well,
I saw that. But
well, I'm like on mobile right now. You can hit the little like down arrow towards the top of the screen, and it shows you who's in the room. So like I see Darren,
Oh, got it.
and I
All
see
right,
Armin.
first of all, guys, what time is it? Because I got a 10:30 I got to jump at.
It's 10:20.
10:20.
Holy shit, biscuits! I don't even know. Hey, guys, give everybody your social handles, and then I got to boot you off because I got to bring JC up. JC, I know you don't want to come up, but I'm going to make you. Are you there? All right. Give your social handles so everybody can see who you is. Check out your stuff.
Twitter.com/the Chancellor. That's where I'm primarily active on. You can tweet random bullshit at me, and I'll try to get back to you.
Hell yeah. Is that a Star Wars thing, the Chancellor?
Yeah. TheChancel0R.
Cool. On Instagram, I'm Noah Lift Music, and then I've got a YouTube channel with a bunch of stuff on it, modular movies and stuff. That's Noah Lift Shade Music. Those are the two biggest places.
I'm gonna wear this the rest of the freaking. This is my pride and joy. My actual this is an actual Mandalorian helmet, dude, that they wear during the thing. Look, you can see through it.
I gotta get me one of those.
Yes, you'll do. And we're going to hang out. We're going to freaking be weirdos at Comic-Con. But hey, fuck it. Okay, so we'll see you guys later. You gave your socials too, right?
No, I didn't. It's Armand Online Music for Instagram, and then just armandonline.com for my website where you can catch everything else I do. So, yeah.
All right, brothers. Great to see you guys, huh?
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll do more of these. Okay, peace. JC, where are you, dude? I want you to jump up here. Let's see if JC's probably gone back to work. Too much to do. Too much to do. So, Noah.
Oh.
Thank you, my brother.
Oh.
You going to bail? Give everybody your socials so we can get at you.
I did. You weren't listening.
Do it again. Okay.
I did. Yeah.
All right, JC, where are you, dude? I want to put you up here, man. I know you're trying to. All right.
I'm going to exit. How do I exit here?
Well, I don't know. Okay, everybody, look, the talk's basically winding down. JC is maybe coming up there. Is there anything anybody, Noah's a badass, that's for damn sure. Is there anybody else that wants to cover anything that will take less than 3 minutes? Huh? Talk on it. Damn, hang on. What are we doing? Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Enjoy your day. You enjoy your day too. Thank you guys for all the positive feedback on here too. I am seeing it and I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're all in this shit together, man. I'm not lying. So let's all just continue to support each other and figure out how we can do big things, make money. Also, keep an eye out for the Syndicate. We will be launching Syndicate soon, and it's pretty heavy. So, all right, y'all. That's it. I'm out. Big love. See you soon.